I'm James Spann. This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday, the 21st of June. Hey, it's hot, but you know it's going to be hot. It's the first day of summer based on the astronomers. We consider summer opening back on June 1st, and we'll stay hot for a while through August. Let's look at the Skycam shots. First off, coming from the Gulf of Mexico. Got the Skycam kind of focused in on the surf down there on the public beach at Gulf Shores. The surf looking relatively oil-free. This afternoon, the sky is mostly sunny at the moment, although there are some storms nearby on the Gulf Coast. Up this way, that's the Birmingham view. Looking south from the top of the Daniel Building, the sky mostly sunny. And up in the rocket city of Huntsville, we are looking at a rocket. Yeah, the big Saturn V at the Alabama Space and Rocket Center. And the sky is sunny up that way. Check the water vapor satellite shot. All the really active weather is on the northern part of the heat ridge, where some severe weather problems are cropping up. Temperature is not as bad as you'd think. You know, if you believe the guidance, you'd think it'd be 97 or 98 today. Not going to happen. Birmingham at 93 at 2 o'clock. And again, we can think that good soil moisture, that good rain we had Saturday really helping to keep things in check. And we'll forecast mid-90s over the next couple of days, but not as hot as the guidance is telling you. Robots are okay, but sometimes they just don't understand things. There's a look at the radar. We got some storms out there. That's the other thing now. You know, you look at the guidance, you'd think there's no chance of rain today. We've got, in fact, one storm down there near Lake Martin prompted a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Elmore, Coosa, and Tallapoosa. That storm down around Dadeville. Another one sitting over Prattville, north of Montgomery. We'll go down to the Mobile radar, and you can see scattered storms down over South Alabama and on the Gulf Coast. And all those will die down later tonight. Here's our watch warning map. All of the really active weather is indeed up north. Flash flood watches there, and this severe thunderstorm watch for parts of Missouri and Illinois. That includes St. Louis, Columbia, Quincy, Peoria, and Springfield until 7 o'clock tonight Central Time. There's the big risk area for the rest of today and tonight. Got the standard slight risk of severe weather across a pretty good chunk of the north, really from Montana and North Dakota, all the way down into parts of the Midwest and over to Columbus, Ohio, and Detroit. Day 2, same thing, up on the northern part of the heat bubble. A big slight risk all the way from the high plains over to near Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Baltimore. And on day 3, same thing. From Topeka, Kansas, up to Buffalo, New York. The standard slight risk of severe weather. There's the QPF chart. This is the overall rain expected for the next 5 days, valid through Saturday morning at 7 o'clock. And it's all hit and miss. You know that down here. Smooth it out, maybe a quarter to a half inch. Heavier totals down south. And the big rain's up north with the storm track up there. In the tropics, hey, got a 30% chance of the wave in the Caribbean developing based on the guidance coming from the National Hurricane Center. There's the infrared shot. A lot of convection. It's totally disorganized at this point, but let's look at the shear analysis, and you can see that now the shearing is really lightened up down there. Only 10 knots in the vicinity of that thing, 5 to 10 knots, and it looks relatively low all the way through the rest of the Caribbean. So just maybe this thing will make it. Most models don't pick it up. The BAM set, they do, the middle, deep, and shallow. And those models want to keep it running towards the west-northwest, toward the Yucatan. And again, the Clipper, that's a statistical model based on historical tracks. The Clipper that takes it up into the Yucatan, and the limited barotropic curves it up toward the Gulf. We'll see. A lot of time for that thing to get its act together, but it certainly bears watching. The water down there is awfully warm. We'll check the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And you can see the heat is the story all across the Deep South, that 594 ring from El Paso to Nashville. And tomorrow will be a lot like today. The highs 93, 94, 95. Can't rule out the chance of a storm, but most folks will not see one. Same thing on Wednesday. In fact, the ridge strengthens some. So mid-90s are likely there. Thursday, ridge weakens a little bit. Just maybe that'll open the door for a slight increase in convection, and these maps just aren't going to help you much, you know. These are synoptic scale maps, and You're not going to really be able to identify big increases in convection, but there could be a few storms around. Same thing on Friday. Pretty typical summer weather. Saturday, starting off the weekend, it's a ridge, but the ridge should be weak enough to bring a few scattered afternoon storms, probably low 90s. And the same thing on Sunday. Moisture looks a little deeper on Sunday, so for the moment, for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, looks like very typical summer weather, partly sunny, hot, and humid with that risk of an afternoon storm in scattered spots. Week from today, Monday of next week, the 28th of June, look at the trough beginning to form over the east. As the heat bubble is suppressed a little off to the west, just maybe that will allow for an increase in showers and storms, and the numbers come down a bit. And on the 29th, the following day, front surface boundary north of us could be some convection. And yeah, we see that surface low near Daytona Beach. And that could very well be the system that's over the Caribbean right now. And again, it will have some time to get its act together, and we'll watch that. But there's certainly no skill in trying to figure out where it's going to be in 5, 6, 7 days from now. We'll look at the 1st of July quickly coming off the European. Wanted to show you this because the run we showed you this morning took a tropical storm right up toward Mobile Bay. Now it's got a tropical system coming toward Brownsville, Texas. So this is pure voodoo out here. There's no need to be alarmed if you're in Brownsville or Mobile. But the idea is there that just something might be up in the Gulf before the month is over. Not necessarily the one coming out of the Caribbean, but others where that came from. We'll check the end of the forecast on July the 7th. Looks pretty good there. Nice to see the heat bubble a little off to the west. But still, we've got pretty high heights, and that looks very standard for summer out there. Hot and muggy, and there's a chance of an afternoon storm somewhere. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening. ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.